happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. All right. Happy Sunday. Good evening. Good morning. Good day. Good afternoon. Whatever day and time you are watching this, happy whatever day it is, and happy whatever time it is. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. JaNee Mobley. I am affectionately known as Dr. JaNee, and I help women take their purpose, their gift, and start and build a business, all while they're working their full time jobs and overcoming mindsets that will prevent them from profit, progress, and prosperity. I am so grateful that you are here. We're going to go ahead and get started because I am uber excited. And as I always usually say, we will not be on here long. And if you have ever been on here with me, you know I usually don't go any more than about 35 minutes unless I get like super excited because I like to keep the content very simple. And more than anything, I want you to get what it is that you're supposed to get. So, let me take y'all on a journey, right? One of the things that I really want to do. Hold on. Give me just a second. Okay, that's better. All right. Let me see. Okay, I have my MacBook in front of me so I can see what you all see and how you all are seeing. Okay. So, one of the things that I like to do in terms of my brand is one of the things that I've observed is a lot of people see the success of entrepreneurship and but people do not know the journey along the way. You know, you see people, like they say, you see people's glory, but you don't know their story. And the reality of it is, majority of people are not going to tell you 100% of everything that they've been through, gone through, and so forth. But one of the things that I want you all to be able to gather and understand on your journey to profiting from your purpose is that you don't have to be perfect and you learn along the way. And most importantly, your journey is your journey. Good evening, good morning, good day, whatever time it is. Come on in. And so a lot of times I try to share a lot of my experiences and where I am in hopes that it will help you all because I understand that a lot of people don't take the first step or continue their journey in entrepreneurship because they have a lot of pitfalls, struggles, or just can't get the business off of the ground. And a lot of it is mindset. That's why you all will hear me talk about mindset a lot. And that's why I come and bring a lot of content that, thank you for the hearts. And I try to bring a lot of content related to your mindset because remember, mindset is a compound word. There's mind and there's set. Set is a position or a place or a set way, right? Your mind is your belief system, the way that you think, and it covers the way that you make decisions, right? So, and we're going to pray that you get delivered, okay? How about that? Wrong channel for that. So, okay. See, I was trying not to. I was trying not to. Trying not to. All right. So, because people get on here with just some dumb stuff, like, but this is the World Wide Web, okay? The World Wide Web. Good evening. This is the World Wide Web. So people come on here with some different stuff. So I just want to kind of take you all into a journey. So yesterday, after I went live on YouTube, I got off and I was just really feeling some kind of way. And one thing about me is I try to be very aware of my emotional state, right? And it wasn't anything that anybody did or said because I understand, and this is just a sidebar for those of you all who are using social media, which I pray that you are, to grow and expand and get your message out there and share your brand. Understand that people can be very stupid. people, there are just as there are very much intelligent people out there, there are very ignorant people out there. Just as there are happy people out there, there are people out there who are very sad and unhappy with their lives. And sadly, one of the things that I understand is that it's true, misery loves company. So because some people are unhappy with themselves, they try to come on to social media and just really try to spread the ugly into everybody else's life. But I just don't subscribe to that. So it wasn't that anybody said anything. It was just that I was in a space. I really cannot describe it for y'all, but I was just in a space. And as a believer and as a child of God, one of the things that I truly understand, and I promise I'm going somewhere, so y'all just stick with me. One of the things that I understand, Jeremiah chapter 1, and I refer to this scripture a lot because y'all know a part of my brand is profiting from your purpose. And your purpose is the very thing, by my definition, the very thing that God, the solution that He wanted you to provide here on this earth for somebody else who has the problem that you solve. And God is literally having a conversation with Jeremiah, and He's telling Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb of your mother's belly, I knew you. I discerned you, and I called you to be a prophet, right? So I always say this, that God knew who you probably are, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. If you are, that's perfectly fine. People come in and out, it's perfectly fine. Trust me. He told him that I called you to be a prophet. So he's telling Jeremiah that I knew what I wanted you to do before I put eyes on you, before I gave you hair, before I gave you a head. And what does that say and mean for you and I as believers, for those of you all who are believers? That before God even gave you formation, He gave you a purpose. He gave you a very intention. He gave you the reason why, or a purpose as to why you are here. Okay? So just me being in that space, I really try to seek God whenever I am like in a place of difficulty, whenever, and even not in a place of difficulty, but especially when I am questioning some things, when I really need answers, because the Bible tells us, ask and we shall receive. I'm just talking, so just flow with me, but I promise I'm getting somewhere that I pray will help you. So immediately as I was sitting there asking questions, the scripture came to me, a man's gift maketh room. And we all know the latter part of the scripture, but the first part of the scripture just stuck with me for a while. A man's gift maketh room. So I went to the scripture, and I've studied this scripture before, but what I was dealing with at the time was exactly what I needed. Okay. So I'm going to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16. And he says here, and again, as being a believer, I truly understand the reason why we must go to God for everything. Remember, He's the one who's giving you life, and He's the one who's giving you your purpose. So if you're ever questioning things about your life, if you're ever getting to a place, even in your business, where you just know that this is the gift that God has given you, and you have questions, go back to the very one who gave you the gift. Go back to the very one who gave you the gift, right? So Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16 says, a man's gift maketh room for him. I'm going to say that again. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16 says, a man's gift maketh room for him. So when you think about, people are just, this ain't the place, okay? So, it's so not the place, okay? So, because people will try to be distracted. So, it says, a man's gift maketh room. So, tonight's live is about how your gifts grow more the more you use them. How many of you all have ever heard the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So In Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16, I'm looking up the Hebrew version or the Hebrew meaning of maketh room. And when you look up maketh room, it means to be or grow wide, to be or grow large, to be widened, to be enlarged, broad, roomy pasture. It means to make large or enlarge. So this brings me to our topic for tonight, right? That if you don't use your gifts, you can lose your gifts. The more you use your gifts, the more you operate in your purpose, the more you operate in your business, the more you share your business, the more you activate, the more you do and more you perform the very gift that you have been given, the more your gift will be enlarged. So I'm going to share a few things and we're going to be done on tonight, right? So how do our gifts enlarge? Because the scripture just told us that a man's gift maketh room for him. Means that your gift. So let's just say that you are a writer. The more you write, the better your writing will become. Let's say that you are a cook or you are a chef. The more that you operate as a cook, the more that you operate as a chef, the better your skills will become. I'll give you all an example. One of the cakes that I bake for our family for holidays is a red velvet cake, right? So every time that I bake that red velvet cake, I have gotten it to a place of perfection where I know my stove, where I know when the cake is done, where I know when to take it out, where it has that perfect moisture, where the cake will not be dry, right? So the more that I baked the cake, the more that I prepared the cake, the better I got at baking the cake, the better the taste became of the cake, right? So here's the thing. Because I operated in it, I became better at it. Many of you all have gifts, right? And you all, how many of you all know that you have a purpose? There's an intention for your life. You know that there's something more that you should be doing. You may be even working on somebody's job, but you may be thinking to yourself, you know what? I know that there's more. I know that there's more that I should be doing, right? I know that there's more to me than even what I'm doing on my job. Or even if you have a business, you know that there's a next level. Let me share this with you. God made us producers. I'm going to say that again. God made us producers. How do I know? The Bible tells us that we are made in his image and in his likeness. And God made man. He made creatures of the earth. He made all of these things. And when you think about these things grow, right? These things evolve. These things transform. So we are made in his image as believers. As a believer of God, as a believer of Christ, we are made in his same image to be producers. So no wonder, even though you are at this level, there's still ideas coming to you for greater things, because it's time to go to the next level. Or there's a sign that, you know what, where you are right now, there's a greater level. Okay? So don't think it's strange. So here's the thing. How do you begin to enlarge your gifts? How do you begin to cause your gifts to grow? How do I take the business that I have right now and it grows even more? How do I take the skill? How do I take my gift of marketing, my gift of speaking, my gift of writing, my gift of acting, my gift of singing, right? How do I take all of these gifts and how do they become larger? Way number one, you have to activate the gift. You can't just sit on it. If you took a seed and you put that seed in the right environment, right? Let's just say you put it in an area where if that seed needed proper sunlight, you put it in the right sunlight, but it lacked hydration. Would that seed grow? 9 times out of 10, it would not. Right? So what you have to make sure that you do is that you have to put yourself in environments where you can grow. You have to, one, activate the gift. So, all the gifts that you are sitting on, all of the ideas that you have been sitting on and you have yet to move because you've been waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for all of these different things to happen that you think should be perfect before you move in them, you are literally sitting on your gift and you're reducing the size of your gift. So, if a man's gift will make room for him, right? And enlarge, what happens if a man doesn't do anything with his gift? The opposite of growing large means to become small. So the more that you activate your gift, the more that you sing, the more that you dance, the more that you write, the more that you do hair, the more that you do nails, you should become better. So the first thing is, how do you enlarge your gift? You apply your gift. You activate your gift. You put your gift into action. If you are a teacher, teach more. How do I teach, Dr. JaNee? You can come right on YouTube and teach. It is the greatest platform ever. Whatever your expertise is, teach your expertise. The second way that you enlarge your gift is through skills and training, through certifications. You always want to identify ways that you can sharpen your gift. And it may not be through a traditional workshop or through traditional education. It may be courses, it may be taking classes, it may be through a mentor. Right? You have to develop your skills. Here's the thing, as a pharmacist, and this is where the doctor part in my name comes from. I have a doctorate of pharmacy. Which is in the state of Georgia, is the year that I'm renewing. So I'm licensed in the state of Florida and the state of Georgia, right? Whenever we renew our licenses, in order for us to properly renew and maintain our license, we are required by the state that we are licensed in to maintain what's known as CEs. CE stands for continuing education. So majority of people in healthcare have to maintain their certification or their registration or their licenses by doing what's known as continuing education. So what does continuing education mean? It is exactly what the name reads. It means that you are continuing to educate yourself on your field of study. So you can attend a live workshop, you can attend one virtually or in person, you can watch something that is pre-recorded, and usually sometimes after they'll have you take a test to assess your understanding. No doy. You wanted some attention? I'm not bald, my hair is cut short. If that's the best that you got, you working real weak tonight. You working real weak tonight. If that's the best that you got to come on here with that. Right? So in order for us to maintain our registration and our licenses, we have to continue to educate ourselves. So how does that benefit us as licensed healthcare professionals? Well, it ensures that we stay at the top of our game, for me, in the area of pharmacy, right? So I want you to think about your industry. That's the best that you got. You sound like a child. Okay, so ignoring you now. So here's the thing. Hold on. All right. Sorry, y'all. People are people. But anyway, so when it comes down to your gifts, the more that you learn more about your industry, it puts you at the top of your game. And you got to think about this. Remember, people have a problem, right? And I want you to think about the problem that you solve in the marketplace. Well, Dr. JaNee, I haven't started my business yet. Who cares? Whatever the idea that God has put into your head or has given you, I want you to think about what problem it will solve for that particular group of people. Okay? I want you to think about what problem it solves for that particular group of people. And then I want you to think about the solution that you provide. Right? So remember, people pay for a solution to their problem. People either will invest in a want or they'll either invest in a want or invest or pay for a need. So the more skilled that you are, the more understanding that you have about their problem, and you sharpen the area of the solution that you solve and that you provide for them. When you go to market it and you encounter the person who has the problem that you solve, it puts you at the top of the game. So this can include attending conferences. This can include going to workshops. This can include investing in a mentor. This can include, depending on your industry, certifications. This will enlarge your gift. Remember, you don't want to just be subpar or just enough. You want to be the best in your industry. Remember, a man's gift maketh room. So the more that you nourish, the more that you feed, the more that you apply, the more that you improve your gift, it enlarges. It enlarges. Okay? Almost done, y'all. All right. So here's the thing. 2 things I want to drive home. Don't get complacent nor comfortable where you are. If you're anything like me, you're probably at a place in your life, in your purpose, in your business, where you know that there's more. That's why I talk about it a whole lot, because I know that there's more. I know that there is greater. I know that there is greater for me to achieve. Not that I'm not grateful for what I've already achieved. Not that I am not grateful for the people that I have already helped and the people that I'm helping now. But I understand that there is a greater level. There's more for me to do. There's more people for me to help. So never get complacent nor comfortable with where you are. Be grateful for it, but don't get complacent nor comfortable. Always identify, how can I become better? That is your question. How can I become better at what I do? Because with that mindset, you position yourself to be the best in your industry. And the more that you show up, the more that you provide value to the right people, people will run and tell other people. Day 3 of 50 of telling people they are loved and I'm proud of you. Thank you, Josie. Love when the positive people come on here. Right? Okay. All right. And lastly, always remember that God made you a producer. I'm sorry, y'all. God made you a producer. So in times where you feel like, for those of you all who know that there's greater and more for you, understand that that is a sign that it's time to move to the next level. And it's time to move to the next level in your gifting, in your purpose. You weren't created to be stagnant. You were created to prosper. And one of the meanings of prosper is progression. To progress means to put one foot in front of the other and take action steps that will lead to an ultimate goal. Okay? So, I'm going to just say this lastly. Make sure that you position yourself to always activate your gifts, because you weren't here to be comfortable nor complacent nor to sit and do absolutely nothing. You were here to be a solution to someone's problem. So I appreciate you all for joining me. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, click the link below. This Thursday, I'll be hosting the Mindset to Movement Masterclass for those women in corporate America who are ready to take the idea that they have off of the shelf of their mind and implement it so that they can change and impact lives. I appreciate you all. You all have a phenomenal evening. And remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all. Bye.